So for the next one you put out, 2009, Those Words, Those Frames, it definitely has a more hopeful tone to it. And maybe it's because it wasn't recorded the same way. It definitely sounds like there's more instruments and more backing vocals on it. So how is that? How did you do that differently?
Well, we were actually in a studio for that one, and so there was just much more capacity to do more things, and also just had some more upbeat songs at the time. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and some of those songs were as old as the other ones too. It's interesting how when that came out and got the tiny bit of press that it did, the comments about it. Of course, I'm thinking about Stephen Humphrey's article, but so like that one has the anthem, The Things You Build Yourself. Like that was an old song.
That was one of the first songs I ever read.
At her first shows.
The Things You Build Yourself, which is very upbeat and happy. But
well, like I told you, every woman should listen to that song because it should be one of our anthems. I loved it. I was listening to it just going, yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And for the new CD that you're going to be creating here, you have opened up a project on a website called pledgemusic.com.
Right.
Now, tell us how you found that.
Well, a friend of mine had suggested doing Kickstarter, which is a similar website where bands raise money for their album, and just basically asking fans, friends, family to pledge and help enable them to go into the studio and pay for recording. And then a friend and ex-boyfriend, Matthew Mayfield, who is another artist, was doing his own pledge music, and I just liked the website and the structure of theirs personally, so I ended up going with Pledge Music. And he actually, so it's a lot through his suggestion, and he's funded two EPs that he's recently put out, and so he's doing really well through it, and so that was where it came from, a friend.
And I see that you're 33% to your goal.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yes, we need to push more. We could use all the help we can get. We're going to the studio on Monday, and so...
Now, do you get to decide, once the project, you've reached your goal and the project started, do you get to decide who you work with? Or do they have to go through a studio that's assigned to or affiliated with Pledge Music?
Oh, no, you get to decide everything. At Pledge Music, you decide who you're working with, what you're going to be doing with the money and all that sort of thing. Everything's up to the artist.
So it really frees you up from any type of studio interference. You can really be your own band and independent.
Definitely. They have no say in what you actually do.
That's great.
It's making you the artist, the label. It's putting you in the label capacity, basically.
Right. So the community is your label. The fans are your label. So it's kind of like they're giving you the money so that you can go out and then return their help with handing them the album. So.
And that really makes it a neat collaboration.
Yeah, and then it's also interesting because it opens them up to see a lot more of the process rather than just hearing the album, because we're posting all these little videos of us sitting down working on the songs when they're totally stripped down and bare bones, the kind of things that only the friends and the band ever really hear. Then the fans can get to have that insight and see what all goes into it and that sort of thing. So.